That's where I go, mate. I mean, I hope not. I hope you don't, you know.
This is the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic. Skyva is here, SWTOR is still online, and so are we. We'll talk about the news, like the Kotaku article, and we'll see about sorting out some more of Alderaan this week. This broadcast astromech is EPC 228. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema. How's it going?
Hi, Max. It's going pretty well. We had some warm weather here. It got up until like the high 40s, which of course melted, all the snow, which created lots of ice later on. So we're like in a lake of ice now, right now. I was considering, when I took the trash out last night, putting it in the car and driving it to the end of my driveway, but I didn't. I put my boots on and walked out to the end of the driveway like a grown-up.
So you had a lot of snow and it's all mushy now?
No.
Oh.
No, it's ice now because it rained and the snow melted and turned into water. And then it got cold again. It was like 9 degrees today. Plenty cold enough to make ice.
Got it. Or so I hear.
And there's not enough salt in the world, or whatever that pellet stuff is to... Anyway. So, yes. But on to SWTOR related things this week. In our mandatory fun night, we went to Scum and Villainy, which is fun. We actually made... I think we got 4... Are there 6 total bosses in there? And we got 4, something like that, but we didn't do the last 2, just for time reasons. But it's always fun to go in there. And we had the group of 16, so the trash is always interesting with that many people, and the Oasis Village was pretty fun with that many people. So yeah, it was fun. And then tonight, on our ops team, we got a chance to go in and see Skyva for our first time, and that was really fun. It's a beautiful fight. I mean, really nice looking. And it's a little bit of a puzzle getting there, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a little twist. That was interesting.
Yeah, it was a little bit hair-raising because you have to kind of do it as a team, which, that always makes me nervous.
Hey, you can count on us. We got your back.
That's a cool feature of it, but yeah. And I spent some time getting my biochem up on this character, my streaming character here, Seema Zing, because I decided she needed a couple of implants because apparently we're not getting enough implants for me from our activities.
We are not.
Actually, I should look at what implants you have because I could make some for you too, maybe.
Yeah, you do get a little short changed on implants and earpieces while you're leveling up in relics.
Yeah. And of course, since I spent that time, a couple weeks ago making my Shea Vizsla be Influence 50, she can do these, she can make the cell graft, which is the item that you make to level up with. She can make those just so fast. I mean, she's super good at it. So that was actually not hard to do at all because I don't know why I had the mats sitting around from probably stockpiling them for Conquest. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on with me. You actually sound a lot more human this week. You might have recovered a little bit from that Rakul plague.
A little bit. I wasn't feeling great when we did the podcast on Friday, but then I also realized when I looked back at the video that I wasn't looking great either. I was looking pretty gray.
You looked fantastic. You were fine.
But yeah, besides having a cough, which I know is going to throw me into a coughing fit here during the podcast, I'm doing okay. So not a great flu season. Lots of people out with the flu in every job and school, and I think almost 10% of my daughter's high school is out with the flu, so it's a rough one. So everybody stay hydrated, get enough sleep, and wash your hands. So there you go. Scum and Villainy was fun as always. I do like Scum and Villainy. It is long. I think that's the longest operation, really, isn't it? I can't think
so.
of anything that's... I mean, Terror from Beyond is long, but it's like one fight short. It feels like one fight shorter. Scum and Villainy is just so long. But that was fun, and yeah, we got all the way up to Skyva. Got a couple fights of Skyva in tonight. What did we get Skyva down to? 14% in the burn phase, and just need to figure out which of the extra mechanics there in the burn phase.
We almost got sucked into going an extra run and going past our stop time because I had that message in my mind, that old Raider message saying, well, we'll get her next time. Let's just do one more try. But actually, no, that's a really slippery slope. Plus, we had to come and do a podcast.
Yes. Yeah, we had to do a podcast, and people have to get up early for work on the East Coast time, people. But,
yes, wiseness prevailed.
Yes. There will be more opportunities, and there is not a whole bunch of other bosses waiting for us just yet, so might as well take our time. And then with that, whether or not there will ever be new bosses again, let's talk a little bit about the news.
Now, an Imperial News Network report.
So kick us off with the actual news we know about, Seema.
Right. So this week we did get, the update 5.7, Legacy of the Creators, and in that was the new Operation Boss Skyva, which we were just talking about, and she's pretty cool, and I like that the effects in that fight are, I know this sounds, silly, but they're like new colors. They're like magenta and sort of a royal blue, and I like that. And when we were talking about Scum and Villainy a second ago, I do like Scum and Villainy, but the whole zone is different, is all shades of brown.
Yeah.
So anyway, the new Operation Boss Skyva is available in Story and Veteran mode. And we did not finish her, so I don't know if there's a piece that we learn after she's done, but I was kind of disappointed that we don't find out necessarily what she meant when she tells Nahut not to fight us. You know how she says that thing in the beginning? She says, no, don't do it or something.
Stand down.
So I don't know what's going on.
Stand down, son of shadow.
Yeah, stand down. Right, stand down. Maybe she knows that we're that powerful that she wants him to save himself instead of engage with us. But anyway, he didn't, and we did. So, also in this patch, returning companions, and we touched on this last week, but Risha and Corso for scoundrels, and Andronicus for inquisitors. So that's a start.
Yeah. And
in a very brief live stream thing today, Charles Boyd did say that they really, really want to get a lot of companions out this year. Right,
which is fine, but so they did say that they're bringing the companions back. Some of them will be only for the character that the companion was lost on. I didn't do it, but and maybe we should just reserve judgment until we see it ourselves. But I did see a couple notes in guild chat and elsewhere that pretty much said, "Wow, that was it," with like Andronicos in particular.
Yeah, people are not excited about Corso and Andronicus. There might be people that are very excited about Risha, but it's not the ones that people ask for every time. Mako, Jaisa.
Well, just that the mission to get them back, not much happened.
Oh, it was very brief. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's part
I haven't
of it
done either.
So I'm glad that they want to bring them back. Taking something away and then bringing it back with two seconds of a cutscene, that's not really significant content in my book. So I hope they pin
not worthy of the delay. In other words,
right. I hope they're pinning. I hope they're not over.
Yeah.
Putting too much importance on these companions coming back as some really significant thing that they're giving to the players this year.
I tell you what, Charles Boyd is not putting a lot of importance on shaving.
He is not? Wow, I'm going to have to check it out.
His beard is really long.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is he going?
And pointed.
And pointed? Is he going?
Yes.
Going?
Yes, you'll have to go check it out.
Direction? Far away. Is he?
I'll also mention there's a new cartel pack, and then there's as always, various bug fixes and minor things here and there.
Yep. and discussion on continuing bugs discovered and bugs being fixed is basically the rest of the dev tracker this week. What else did we hear about in the news? There was a little bit of a kerfuffle that's been going on in the last few days. An article from Kotaku was published about 4 days ago. I think 4 days ago or so. Let's see. No, even just yesterday. Is it just yesterday? Or there's this
I think it
byline?
was yesterday, yeah.
Oh, wow. Time flies when you're in my head, as I am sometimes. So Kotaku put out this article that said Jason Schreier, who is the journalist in this particular case, supposedly got some inside talk from some of the developers at BioWare and EA's approach to what they're really focused on and what they're betting their cards on in 2018 or so, 2018, 2019, and that is Anthem. So Anthem's under development, and as a result, supposedly the news was, okay, they've been shifting some of the development teams off of SWTOR and off of Dragon Age and doubling down on Anthem, and they're really going to go hard on this. So as a result, the side message that was coming out as part of this article that got our community sort of ramped up a little bit into speculation was, hey, is it really how much resources have
Right.
been shifted away from Star Wars: The Old Republic and that end of BioWare?
And what does that mean?
What does that really
what does that mean for us?
And there was even a note in this article that said supposedly there was talk of on the table as part of the business planning of, should we shut down SWTOR so we can really focus on things like Anthem. Okay, tough to hear that. It's also somewhat speculation. We're not getting that many quotes specifically of what's going on, and it's not unreasonable, I don't think, for a big studio to be thinking hard about what their priorities are and where their focus should be, and at least put it on the table as a point of discussion. Hey, with everything we're doing and each property, let's go property by property, let's go game by game with development team by development team and say, should we be doing this or not? And that's probably a good exercise for us to do pretty often, at least once a year, if not once a quarter, to be evaluating, is this the right thing to continue doing, to continue moving forward, to continue spending resources on? So I wouldn't take it as too disheartening or towards the future of SWTOR to hear that they had that conversation. I think we're really still just going to be in a waiting pattern to see what comes out in the roadmap and whether or not they continue to spend resources in a way that's apparent to us as players over the course of the next few months.
It's human nature, though, that when you don't know what's going on, the gaps get filled by the most negative picture that you're afraid of. So your head fills in where the gaps are. So I would just say fight against that. Just realize that it's going on, but the game's still here. Well, when and if we get a roadmap in February, that'll be actual information as opposed to speculation.
And someday the game will shut down. And maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday. And when that day comes, we'll all go off and play something else. Until that day comes, while it's still fun, we'll probably be playing it ourselves here, which we are today.
Yeah.
There was a second article that came out from Massively OP, actually two articles. One article basically said, hey, there was a Kotaku article, and we had another article. I don't even know why they did that one. But the other one was from Larry Everett, who is a known name in game journalism. And he basically listed out some of the things we're saying, but so basically his rundown of, here's what we've seen over the course of the last few months. Here's what we've heard from the dev team. This is why I don't think that Star Wars: The Old Republic is heading downhill, and that we do seem to be getting development, and we shouldn't be worried. He points to server merges in particular as one of the bigger pieces of things. Why would they have gone off and done all the work for server merges and bought a bunch of new hardware and set things up in new data centers and put all of that work into consolidating that end of things? Why would they continue to push out new content like new bosses? Why would all of this stuff be going on? Yes, it isn't the most that could be happening, the most content that could be developed, but that's a point too. So that's something to keep an eye on. If that continues or does not over the course of the next couple months, the proof of that will be in the pudding that we get to eat in the next couple.
The proverbial pudding of proof.
Yes. All right. What about guild news, Seema? We have a guild.
We do have a guild, and next week I am here to tell you that MFN will be on the imp side, next week being January 30th, 2018.
If you would
Probably
like...
going into...
Yeah, where are we going?
That place on Yavin 4.
Temple of Sacrifice, I believe.
Yes, thank you.
We were going to take 16 people to go see Underlurker, which I have not done
I know that right.
with 16 people. That should be interesting. Always a good time. I like Temple of Sacrifice. It is not new group, new player friendly. So we'll have to see how it goes. Malafara, first fight, everybody can do that. That one's not a problem. The second fight gets a little hairy. And then Underlurker, we'll have to see how that goes. That should be fun.
We'll kill Underlurker.
We will kill Underlurker one way or another. Also, thank you to the chat room. We've gotten a lot of good support from our chat room here, helping us get things set up for the podcast and continuing to provide feedback. I like getting notes from people, which I get pretty consistently for things that I suggest or questions I have. People send me notes throughout the week. Thanks to everybody who's been doing that. I think Corley sent another one this week. Finding things for me. B. Kavanaugh sent something to me on keeping me up to date on what the market is doing for augments and the new materials and how that market is doing. So thank you very much. And keep on finding people and sending them our way to come play with us on Starforge and have them look us up. We would love to have any new players that you guys can find. All right, Kemval, what time is it? That's right. It is time to do more of our class story on Alderaan. Thank you. That was eloquent.
That's what he was saying, huh?
That is what he was saying. Do you not speak Deshad? So we are.
Yes, I don't.
On Alderaan. We finished off with House Rist before last week. We had to kill a bunch of assassins, get through House Rist, and find out where we needed to go next. And we are at a secret meeting place. We're going to have to fight our way through this Killick tunnel. So this is our first introduction, at least in the class story part of Alderaan, to the Killicks. The Killicks are an insectoid race that we get introduced in a couple ways if you do the planetary quests on Alderaan or you do the class story on Alderaan. And there's part of a thread of the narrative as you're going through and doing it of, are the Killicks an intelligent race or are they just mindless bugs, and what's the whole deal with Killicks and how does that go? That's sort of an interesting side part of the story that you can get into at some point. And I think it becomes pretty apparent that they are pretty intelligent because they're running around with armor and weapons. I don't think it's very confusing whatsoever. All right, so let's go in here, Seema,
Right.
and check it out. But of course, all the jerk nobles on Alderaan want to treat them like bugs and just shoot them. I think there's a social commentary there.
So in the meantime, I guess we'll just treat them like bugs and shoot them also.
Apparently. But we're dark side though, so some of those Alderaan goodies are purported to be good people. We are not. We are bad people.
I wasn't going to tell you this, but when I was doing, during the week when I was catching up on conversations, I did Wait, the dark side choice a couple of times.
You chose the dark side choice, or you declined the dark side choice?
I declined it,
What?
and it felt so good. I needed a break.
No, dark side all the way. You have to be force choking all the fools.
All these Killicks. They're just so smart about CCing us. I don't like that.
What are we doing here now? Go to the meeting place. Are we in the meeting place?
Yes,
We have to keep
it's
going?
far away. There's many Killicks between us and the place.
I don't see like a little thing on the map that says go here. In this tunnel, in this cave. You know, one thing I noticed when I was driving over here from House Rist, it's the first time through, this is one of those places where the map might not be uncovered and you have to be careful when you go and drive around, especially since you drive right past a Republic base. And that was always the worst. When you think the place you need to go is right on the other side of this hill and there's some mobs, and you're just going to try to ride through them, and then you realize that it's all level 65 guards in a Republic base and they kill you right away. I don't know how many times I did that leveling up. The worst, I think, was... that seemed to happen a lot on Tatooine for some reason. Right sort of on that border between the Dune Sea and the rest of the map, there was a couple places where it felt like as you're trying to get around, it was like a natural place to cut back and forth. That was also a
Right.
Republic base.
Right. So, are you not ready to talk to Nomar Organa? Nomar.
Mine just says go to the meeting place. Am I doing this wrong? No, I think... Oh, no,
No,
here,
I
I'm at
mean-
the meeting place.
Okay.
And now it's
Okay.
cutscening.
It's
Scene
cutting
cutting.
scene.
Oh, he's just wandering around, pining for his lost
Clever
love.
trick, Sith.
Oh, here he goes.
Getting Rahana to call me down here like it was some sort of emergency. But frankly,
Ha
I'm
ha ha, it
insulted.
worked.
No, Ma.
Where's Rahana? You've gone to no effort to disguise your trap.
I just pointed my thumb behind me. Where's Rahana? I guess she's back there.
She's behind me. Yeah, she's back there.
Work with me.
Give me the key to Organa's vault.
I know what you want, Sith. It's the very object my family has sworn to protect. I cannot permit that vile artifact to fall into Sith hands.
That's
Unlike
why we're
you,
here.
I am a person of principle.
Oh, yeah? Well, dark side choice, then you die. Attack. Come on.
Killing you will be such fun.
The light will prevail, Sith.
The night
Even
will
against
prevail.
darkness as black as yours.
Wait,
I like when he tosses you off the side.
he did. He force pushed me, like, down off the side.
Apparently me too, even though I was just standing there.
All right, this is going to take us all of about 30 seconds, isn't it? Or less, 10 seconds. Okay. Later, Nomar. I'm stunned. It's gonna be dead before I become unstunned. Good job, Grandpa. There. Okay, so now I picked up the Organa Elysium Vault key, and now I can use my holo communicator. Is it gonna be what's her name, Rihanna? She's not gonna be happy, is she? That we just offed Nomar.
No, she's fine. Oh, no, it's going to be, well, spoiler alert,
Spoiler. All right, let me make this holo call.
because I'm one quest ahead of you.
Give me a minute. I got a call coming in. Let me see what this says.
Sid, so sorry to interrupt. I hope your meeting with Lady Rist went well.
What do you want?
Just get to the point.
Like I said, I'm very sorry to trouble you, but we have
Sorry,
a problem
Alana.
on our hands, and you may be the only one who can solve it.
We have a problem on our hands. Don't be stupid.
What makes you think I have time for your problems?
Will you at least please listen to my request? I assure you I would not trespass upon your time if it were not urgent. I have intelligence that Organa is preparing a reprisal for your raid on House Alder. According to our spy, Organa has assembled a contingent of Jedi to attack House Thule. I sent Ertl and his Sith to investigate, but they haven't returned.
I forgot about that Urkel guy. What's the big deal?
I just don't see how this is my problem.
You can't be serious. You are your Empire's chief ally.
I care about him. We had a date.
Surely you can't be serious. I am, and don't call me Shirley.
There is also much that Thule can provide you, many powerful items, but if you don't help us, Organa's Jedi will crush us.
He has broad
I have a dark
shoulders.
side choice of have fun with that.
Enjoy the bloodbath.
How could you? I assure you, Sith, once this is over, House Thule will be renegotiating its relationship with the Empire.
She offered to
I
give
hope
me
you find what you
presents.
seek, Sith, and I hope it's worth
Really?
it.
I just told
Yeah,
her.
because
I guess that's it. I said whatever. That was the dark side. That was the only dark side choice. Take a personal shuttle to the Elysium. Take a personal shuttle. Oh, this is where you got to go up on that platform. All right, let's step over to the corpses of all these Killiks that we so callously slaughtered.
they're clearly not sentient. They were just leaning on those guns, laser rifles.
They just were randomly, this picked them up. They just accidentally stuck to their hands as they were crawling around.
accidentally stuck to their hands. And then their muscle spasms made their hands curl around the trigger and shoot them.
Mm-hmm. Alright, where we gotta go here? Yeah, so down here at the bottom of the hill. This is not too far from where the world boss is. He's a fun guy. He's a giant robot. House Ulgo? Is it the something Ulgo assault droid? Is the world boss on Alderaan?
Yeah, something like that. Stands in the water.
Does he need any allies? Does he stand alone?
I wish. Is he like Titan 6? He stands alone in the water.
Oh, Titan 6. That is still one of my favorite fights, mostly just because of how arrogant.
His personality.
Yeah, he is in such a great way.
He's like a giant angsty teen robot.
Titan 6 needs no allies. Titan 6 stands alone. He's leaning. He's got his
Titan
arms
6
crossed.
flips his hair back.
Titan 6 whips his hair back and forth. This is also where the Datacron is that you can get, where you have to take the Thranto ride. So there's a hidden, spoiler, a hidden Thranta nest along this river. And once you find it, you climb up to the nest and you hop in it and click it. It's a blue, click the blue thing. And the Thranta flies you to the holocron. I always like that one. Are you still here? Oh, there you are. What are you riding? Your ice tromper? Your
Yes,
merry
my
ice
Christmas
tromper?
mount.
Merry ice tromper. Merrily we go on ice tromping.
I like him.
Biochem. I almost stopped. A piece of candy. Do you, when you level up characters these days, do you do any of the trade skills while you're leveling the gathering? I sort of don't
I do
anymore.
the gather. Yeah, I have a hard time passing up nodes, so I usually will stop for every node.
Or if I have that Datacron, Sen says, I get holocrons and Datacrons mixed up. Deep in a monster-infested tomb of Maka Ragnos, there is a holocron, encased in a great stone monument. Alright, here we go. We are going to the Elysium, taking a personal shuttle I remember this part. This is sort of cool. You hop in this personal shuttle. So it's instanced, but you get to this whole. You use this shuttle to get off to this Elysium place that you can't get to otherwise. The only time you get to it is during this mission. Which is sort of cool. I do not have them all, I don't think. I think there's still a couple I'm missing, which I should just finish off because you get a cool decoration if you get all of the datacrons. You've got them all, right, Seema?
Yeah, oh yeah. I've had them all forever.
I am level 40.
For me, that's like a fun mini game to collect all the datacrons.
I miss it the time a little bit when it was.
Yeah.
No, this is the daily area, isn't it? This is not what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
There's some other stronghold that you go to for one of these. You go to like some guy's stronghold, and you only get to it during the story. But this is not it. We're gonna do this bonus. Sure, just kill all the things. There's nobody else up here. So this is where I mentioned last week that it's a little bit annoying if you are trying to do this as a daily area because it's open world. And if you have to kill a whole bunch of these guys and be clicking on the there's other things that you have to be clicking on for the daily area, some relics or something along the way, and this can get crowded and you have to wait. Everybody has to wait around for respawn. If that happens, just start inviting people to a group. That's my best practice as far as that goes. Just anyone who's around you, anyone who's also doing it. Some people may decline, but if you just whisper them real quick and say, hey, we'll get through this quicker if we all just group up. Just start inviting people. It'll help. I don't see the relics though. This is the daily area, isn't it?
Why are we up here? I mean, do you have a quest up here?
Yeah.
I mean, a mission?
Yeah, I gotta go to get I gotta go do the thing. I gotta get the relic.
Reaching the Elysium. Yeah.
So you did something else because you probably did the light side choice.
Yeah.
See? That's what you get. You probably had to go like mop some floors or something.
No, she's gonna give me presents. I told you.
Do some grunt work.
Yeah, I gotta go save her from whatever.
Yeah, I don't need to do any of that. I said enjoy the bloodbath. See ya, suckers.
Yes, you did.
That's what I say. Jedi Protector, kill this guy. Choices matter. See? There you go. See what Zen said? Choices matter.
Choices matter.
Destroy the Vault Warden droid. Can do.
Okay.
Go eat him, Kimball. Take the artifact. Don't mind if I do. Oh, cutscene. Walking up to the artifact. Reaching out. And couldn't grab it, so I shot it with lightning. And it worked. Incredible. Imagine that. Shooting it with lightning.
Your special lightning.
My special
Your lightning is more special.
And that's it. Now I have it. Return to your hangar on Alderaan. I am done.
Did you put it in your fanny pack?
Did I put it in my butt? No, I actually didn't. In the cutscene, you just sort of you hold it in front of you while you walk out. Yeah, I guess I didn't have to do anything else because I just said...
Wait, so you're done completely on Alderaan now?
Yeah, it says return to your hangar on it. Well, let's see what happens when I get to my hangar. But I didn't have to fight...
House Thul's mad at you now.
Yeah, they're mad. I wonder if something's going to happen when I get to my hangar. Let's try that out. So here's one of those instances where when they say go to your hangar, they do not mean emergency fleet pass. They do not mean go directly to your ship. they mean go back to the spaceport and walk to your hangar, because I bet something's going to happen along the way. Funny thing happened on the way to the hangar.
Yes. I think House Thule is going to be there, and they're going to be like mad.
Mad. Well, I might just have to crush some heads.
Put them in their place.
Yeah.
Crush them.
Crush them beneath my Sithy boot of crushiness.
Crushedness.
I gotta work on my my evil banter,
Yeah, your threatening talk.
which reminds me of one of the things I've been watching this week. Speaking of good evil banter, is it called Mitchell and Webb? They're a comedy duo, British comedy duo.
Oh yeah.
So they had a few scenes with like the Dr. Evil type character, and there was one whole scene where they're like, I hope it seems that Dr. Jones has become a problem. I hope he meets with an accident. He says something like that to his henchmen. And the one henchman's like, guys, I thought we were going to stop doing this. This is just going to be like last time when we hoped for about 6 months that he would have an accident and didn't realize that we were supposed to be the ones arranging the accident. Can we say if we're supposed to murder him or not?
They are funny.
It was very funny. So they kept going back and forth. So I will have to be very clear. Oh, if they're mad at me, I will murder them.
Colonel Nizes.
Somebody will murder them.
Colonel Nizes. What do you need?
Is there anything wrong?
A short while ago, Imperial Command received word that Lady Alana Thule asked you to raid House Organa, and you did not do so. Is this correct, or have I been misinformed?
I don't take orders from her.
Lady Thule thought she could order me around like a servant.
It always amazes me that you Sith can be so powerful and
Oh,
have
I'm gonna
absolutely
force
no
choke
grasp
this
of
guy.
politics.
So this is an Imperial
Your
agent,
inaction
an
has
Imperial
directly
colonel.
resulted in the death of Lady Alana Thule and several other prominent members of her house. And thanks to Lady Alana's
So?
untimely demise, the Empire's plans on Alderaan have been seriously endangered.
Do not scold me.
I don't owe you any explanations.
You would do well to remember that the Sith cannot stand if the Empire falls. And when the time comes to report to the Grand Moff why the Republic was able to control Alderaan, I will not take the blame for Sith recklessness.
Don't make me
Well, I don't think you're going to be
silence
talking to another Moff anytime soon.
Maybe I should kill you so that you don't make your report.
I would not advise it. Good day, Sith.
you. So that's it? I just get scolded? Wow. That was... I don't even get to kill anybody?
See, at least I'm going to get presents.
And I guess Rihanna, first she sang a song, then she got she got killed, apparently.
No, that was Ilana that got killed.
Alana. Yeah, Smoke said, "Are we the baddies?" That sketch is also quite hilarious. Yeah, just look up those guys. That was one of the things I did when I was sick. I spent one whole night for about 4 hours just watching their sketches on YouTube.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It was a long time. All right, so that's it. I didn't have to do anything else on Alderaan, so I didn't get to. There's quite a few interesting areas on Alderaan if you did continue on, and if you're doing the planetary line, including the bonus series. Now that's something I haven't remembered in quite a while. Are you on my ship?
Yeah.
Hey. What?
I came in behind you. I slipped in when the door was open.
What's going on? Bonus series is something I've quite forgotten about. Back in the day when you needed to do all the quests, and sometimes more than all the quests and all the story and all the planetary stuff on the planet, there was the bonus series. And sometimes the bonus series you had to come back to the planet after doing the next planet to go and do the bonus series. but it's a little bit more
I'm gonna look in
story
your guild
and
bank.
a little bit more difficult areas to deal with. Why am I in combat? Oh, because you're shooting at the combat?
I hit your trait to me.
Don't break my stuff. Seema's in my ship. Like, Shay Viz's shooting my... Hey, don't
Hey,
stop.
what's in your cargo hold?
Don't break my stuff. Anyway, look up those bonus series if you want to see a little bit more of the planets. In fact, a pretty neat area of one of the houses off on the end of the map of Alderaan. It's also one of the areas where around Alderaan there are a series of hidden nests for oro birds. And
Oh, yeah.
that's one of the places where you get the unusual egg. Well, I think the only place you get the unusual egg. So I think there's 6 nests spread across Alderaan. And periodically, once on a schedule of like once every 6 hours, an egg spawns at one of those nests. And you can pick up the egg. And then if you're clever, you can find a way to hatch the egg, which does take a little bit of work. There's also a hidden vendor on Alderaan that you can find, which will get you the grappling hook. That grappling hook helps you get around to some of those nests on Alderaan. That grappling hook is also the tool that you need. The MGGS is what you need for things like the fleet, the +10 to all stats fleet datacron. And if you've never done that, that is a fun thing to do as well. All right, I'm going to talk to Zash here, our buddy Zash, on my
Yeah, see what she has to say.
See what she has to say.
She's gonna say, is that a Jawa behind you?
Nerve even coming back to this ship. Answer me this: are you insane or just incredibly stupid? How could you not help Lady Alana Thule?
Oh, I am not happy. I'm going to get yelled at again.
Force choke her.
None of this was like, you know, and you have to do whatever anybody on the ground says. No, get somebody. You got a Star Destroyer in orbit. You've got a colonel and a squadron of people. They can go deal with it.
Yeah, just tell her you do what you always do. You can't help it if it was the wrong decision this time.
Hundreds of years. You let Alana Thule die. I'm sorry. Emotion should be channeled into real power, not wasted on senseless rages.
Oh.
You did well to secure the artifact, apprentice, but there are gaps in your education.
You're a fool. There we go. That's a good thing to say to your Sith Master.
I don't need any lessons from you.
If I were you, I would watch my tongue. Your growth has been phenomenal, but with great power comes much unwanted attention.
Oh. I almost thought she was going to say great responsibility.
Yeah.
And they will not all meet you face to face.
You're acting strange.
Is there something you're not telling me?
No. It is only the way
Oh.
of the Sith.
I'm sure she's telling us everything.
Now that you've found the last of the artifacts, I hope to see you on Drummond Cars as soon as possible. We still have much work to do.
Okay. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like getting yelled at down on the planet, and I didn't like getting yelled at when I got back to my ship. That's the dark path, is you get yelled at a whole bunch, you get scolded. That's the dark side. Give in to the dark side, and then somebody will
And get
yell
scolded.
at you. Because you've been bad. Ugh. Now I know why I'm not dark side. I mean, it was sort of petulant of me. Why didn't I take the? Why couldn't I have a dark side choice to like go kill everybody who's messing with the people that I'm working with?
That's right. I mean, the dark side choice could have been to go kill a bunch of Jedi, right?
Yeah, not just the men, but the women and children too.
Yeah. the children Jedi. Oh.
All right. I think that's pretty good. Unless you want to run to Droma Cost real quick. What do you think, Seema? I'll leave it up to you.
We could.
All right, fine. Let's run to Droma Cost real quick. See what the next couple planets are. So I think what we're going to get is so let's do that. Let's go to Droma Cost because I think we're going to get a little bit of an interlude here. and then we'll have to see where we go next. Because I don't know at this point. I've forgotten. I forgot.
It's a secret.
You're looking for Zash. Well, she's not here. Allow me to introduce myself.
Oh, introduction to Darth Thanaton.
Don't worry. I haven't done anything to your master. I'm far too interested in how this game she's playing will turn out. I've waited a long time to meet you. An alien in the Sith ranks is an extremely rare thing.
It never ceases to amaze me how narrow-minded the Sith can be.
You gonna yell at me?
Narrow-mindedness. The individual and the social will must be reconciled. There are no lords in an anarchy. I'm not concerned with your origins. The trials on Korriban are an honored tradition designed to sift out the unworthy. I trust they've served their purpose. I want to speak to you about your master.
Go on.
Go on.
You don't like her very much, do you?
Darth Zash is arrogant and reckless. The reckless have a way of defeating themselves in the end. When she finally self-destructs, be careful not to get caught in the blast. A young Sith should not associate himself too closely with a master like Zash.
A young Sith can't get very far without a powerful master.
You must seek your own way. Carve out your own victories. The cult you won on Nar Shaddaa was a good first step, but it's not enough.
I forgot my cult.
A Sith cannot live without a power base. Good luck.
Maybe we'll go back to Nar Shaddaa.
I'm just gonna go hang out. I'm just gonna go live on Nar Shaddaa. I'm tired of getting yelled at.
They won't scold you.
Oh, and here's Calig. Everybody's coming to say hi.
Now, I have another gift for you. One that was dearer to me than even my life.
Yes.
My own lightsaber. Until now, lost to me. But through your great power in the Force, I have found it. You must claim it.
Wait, there's work involved?
You know, it's not really a gift if I have to get it myself.
I entrusted it to my faithful retainer, Jonas Aeschylus, the only servant who didn't betray me when Tulak Horde moved against me.
Yeah.
He swore
I forgot about this part.
Would keep it safe until the time that my heir would return to claim it.
Okay.
His heir is on Nar Shaddaa,
Oh.
working in one of the casinos there. Her name is Mila Aeschylus. Go to her and claim your inheritance.
We do have to go back to Nar Shaddaa. Travel to
You
Nar
just
Shaddaa.
disappeared.
That's it. All right. So I guess next week we will we'll go back to Nar Shaddaa. Little interlude. Talk to Mila. Get a new lightsaber.
Maybe do some gambling.
Maybe do a little gambling. Maybe do a little catch
Some shopping.
Get a dinner. Catch a show. What happens on Nar Shaddaa
Maybe have a
stays on
spa day.
Nar Shaddaa. You know, nobody's gonna yell at me
Yeah.
on Nar Shaddaa, are they? All right.
Not if they know what's good for them.
All right, let's wrap this up. So with that, I think our EPC 228 droid can put this together and ship this out. This nice little package of story where I get yelled at. I'm not happy with that at all.
Best story ever.
But thanks to all of you for joining us, of course, and keeping up with us on Twitter at places like @MaxTheGray and @AIESEMA. And as we said, if you know any cool people that should be playing with us on Starforge, send them our way. Tell them to check out aie-guild.org or come check out the podcast at newoverlords.com. And we will talk to you soon.
Later, everyone.